So, as I can't really get on with any big jobs now due to my hand, doesn't mean that I can't crack on with the smaller jobs that we need to do for the 400 suite to get that finished. And so these are jobs that are being put off because they are just little jobs, but they take probably just as much time as the big jobs do. So I've got 4 of these beautiful pictures and picture frames, but they've got a bit of damage around on the frame, unfortunately. There's a couple of bits that have chipped off and that are missing. So my plan is to recreate this trim and then we can stick it back on. So we'll recreate it in resin like we did with the mouldings in the salon, and in the bedroom, sorry. And then we can stick them on, paint them in, and then you'll never know really. So took a little tip off Carol at Château de Lalacelle. I've got this putty stuff which is called silly gum, and you just mix the 2 parts together, so equal part measures, however much you need. Mix it together and then put it on whatever you're going to be moulding. Leave it, I think it sets quite quickly, it sets within about 5 minutes. We can take it off and then we can put the resin in, and then that'll take like 24 hours to set. Once that's done, we can stick them on and then obviously paint them so they're matching with the frame really. That's the plan. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but that's what I'm planning on doing. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll give them all a clean. With them being so old, obviously they're absolutely filthy. I found them in the back of a brocante quite a while ago and just loved the frames and the pictures, to be honest. So they need a bit of work and then we can get them hung up and get the 400 suite almost finished with it. So I will crack on now. All I'm going to do is just use some soapy water to give them a clean down. I've got a brush to get all in the detail and then dry it off and we can start creating the moulds. So we'll crack on now.
Illusions
So I'm getting there with pitch frames. I've got one that's all stuck together already with the resin mouldings that I've created, and the silly gum has turned out fantastic, to be honest, just to put on, create it, and then to get the resin in. Dead easy to use, and it does go quite hard, to be honest. Quite like the mouldings that we've done for the bedroom. So I need to just get a few made up before I can carry on with the pitch frames. I've got one that's just in now, that's about to set, so I'll be able to get that out in a second and finish this pitch frame off. And then I need to make a few more for one of the other pitch frames because that's missing quite a lot of the detail. But yeah, obviously it looks a bit rough and nasty at the minute where I've got it stuck on, but once it's had a little sand and then a little paint over, to be honest, you'll never know that we've recreated the moulding for it, really. Once that's done, I'll take the pictures out because some of them just need adjusting where they've just dropped. I'll be able to give the glass a good clean, and then I'll be able to get all the frames painted in and get all put back together and then get it in place in the hallway. And yeah, that'd be brilliant. It's nice to have like old pictures and the frames in obviously a relatively decent condition, to be honest, because you don't really see that many. So to restore them and get them in place, it's just going to be brilliant. But I'll show you the one that I've just done now, and then we'll be able to get the next moulding out. I'll show you how easy it is to get out and to place it on, really. Even I've been able to get it done with just one hand, so it's not too difficult. It's something that you could do at home for anything really, creating any sort of detail or mouldings or stuff like that. So I'll show you now what I need to do with this one and then what we've done with the other one as well. So this is the second picture that I'm on with. Now I've already added some of the detail on this part, and that part had a couple of little pieces that I've added in with the old bit, but I've still got this whole bottom section to do that's missing, and then we can fill that in. Well, this is the one that I've already done, so we've got all of this part all added in now. I've got that part that I had to build up and this bottom corner that we've done, and then I've done a couple of repairs around as well. So once we've sanded this down, we'll be able to give it a coat of paint, and then hopefully you'll never know, but how much detail it's brought out is just brilliant. Except once it's painted in, you'll never know. So after I've done the one on the table, this is the next one I've got to do, which you can see it's got a lot missing right the way around. Now I've got this one as well, which is not missing as much, but I don't like the picture, and I know I could swap the pictures over, but it's missing all of this trim here as well, so it's just more work doing all of that because I'm going to have to recreate another part. So I think I'm going to use this picture frame and just build more of the trim around it just to match it all in, because I only need 3 pictures anyway, so that one will just be a spare one. Mum's been in cleaning all chairs, so she's got this last one to do, which is for the 400 salon. So she just needs to polish the legs and give it a clean. And here's a little workstation for all our moulds. So I've done just a couple of little fleur-de-lis just to pop around in places that I'll be doing. But these are the next 2 to take out. Now these have been in for probably about 24 hours now, and as you can see, they're still quite flexible, which is good because we'll be able to take them out the mould and stick them on nice and straight, because as you can see it's got a bit of a kink to the mould. No problem, except because we can still adjust them while we're getting them on, and then after a few hours they will go completely solid, which here's one of the pieces that's obviously being left, that's an offcut, but you can see it's just completely solid. Like I can't bend it, I can't do anything with it because it's just solid resin now. So yeah, it's good. And the resin that we're using is the same as the molds, it's just a 2-part resin. So you do a 50-50 mix, which is epoxy resin, which is just clear, and it's worked brilliant. So it's 50-50 mix with the silly gum, which I'll show you now. So this is it. So you do a 50-50 mix of that, mix it together to create these, and then to create the resin you do a 50-50 mix, and I've just added a little bit of paint in just so it's obviously got a bit of colour so we can see what we're working with. So I will get these ones out now, get them stuck on and go from there. And that's the picture frames all sorted. They're looking absolutely brilliant as well. Obviously I managed to get all of the pieces recreated, got them all stuck on, and I've got them all filled. Next job now is just to get them sanded down and start matching up the paint colours. Obviously it's an old gold, so we're probably going to have to do it in like certain layers. We'll probably have to put like a brown on and then a couple of different shades of gold to try and blend it in really, so it looks like the gold that's there. So I've done 3 of them. The other one, obviously we don't really need. I'll keep it at the minute in case we use it somewhere else where we just need a picture. But for the hallway and the 400 suite, we're only going to need 3 of the pictures to go under the picture lights. So I picked the best 3, like picture wise and condition, and we'll use them ones. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. Mum's been busy getting the chair sorted, which you would have seen behind me. So she was taking the fabric off one chair and putting it on the other. Reason being is the good chair had a little cigarette burn on it, on the fabric. But on the chair that was broke with the wood, that had good fabric on it. So Mama took the fabric off one and swapped it over with the other one, which was good. Obviously it was her first attempt at upholstery and she's done brilliant with it. It looks fantastic. Obviously she took all the trim off as well and put the trim on. So yeah, might have a little competition on our hands with Mum doing upholstery now as well, since I can't do it at the minute. But yeah, it's been productive. So still cracking on up there now. We can finish these on, and one of the next jobs that we're going to be doing is getting the beautiful blue and crystal chandelier up in the bathroom. Now that's all tiled and sorted, we need to get that up, and then we can start looking at getting the bath in and the sink and the toilet and getting that room complete. Then we can start looking at getting furniture in, which will be so exciting. So like I said, the pitch frames, so show you down here, you can see a couple of the bits. I'll do a close up for you as well so you can actually see how they're looking. But like I said, I'm just really pleased with how it's turned out. So definitely use that process if you need to create any sort of trim or mouldings or anything like that. If you just need to do small amounts, then it's a good way to do it. So it was a nice little tip from Carol to use the silicone moulding stuff and then just adding the resin into it, because it's just gone completely solid now, so they will last. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll crack on with these and hopefully show you in the next video how they turn out. So thanks very much and see you soon. Bye. If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history and get exclusive videos.